disciplinary education. So again, I welcome him and I will now hand over the session to Dr. Vinod, sir. Over to you, sir. Sir, unmute, sir, unmute.
Okay, namaste to all.
So participants are muted.
Okay.
They will chat with you.
Okay. I'm very happy to be with you again. And actually, this program was scheduled yesterday, but due to some other personal issues, I couldn't attend that time. I was that time accompanying my principal to the hospital. So I'm very sorry for the type of postponing. And let us come back to our session. I have prepared a PPT. Let me check whether I can share it now. 1 minute. Okay, today's our topic is holistic and multidisciplinary education. And this concept is very much discussed in our National Education Policy 2020. And as we know, this National Education Policy, which is the first education policy of this century, is for a future-ready learners, making for a future-ready learners. 1 minute. When we go to this subject, we know what is the background and what is the vision of National Education Policy. In the introduction of the NEP itself, in the last paragraph or last sentence of the vision statement of NEP, it is stated that vision of this policy, vision of policy is to instill among the learners a deep-rooted pride in being Indian, that is Bharatiya. You see, not only in thoughts, but also in spirit, intellect, and deed, as well as to develop knowledge, skills, values, and dispositions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, and living, and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. This sentence is a much longer sentence, but the first part, as you know, it is the reverse or U-turn of the prevailing education system. We want to take a U-turn. In 1835, when Macaulay introduced its Education Act or minutes in British Parliament, it was stated there, we want to develop such a society or a class which are Indians in their blood and color, but in their thoughts, in their spirit, attitude, everything English. and that class will work between the rule and the rulers, ruled and the rulers, that is British and the mass Bharatiya population, to interpret their views. The same education concept philosophy is prevailing even today. Even though after independence, so many commissions, so many enactment, so many reforms have made in our education, whether it is in school education system or university system, the main concept or the perspective of the education has not much changed from the European viewpoint. But here it is clearly stated that our education, this education system that we are going to introduce, or we are going to make a new alternative system, that system is of targeting or focusing on to develop such a group, a young generation. They are truly rooted in independence and pride citizen of Bharatiya, in their thoughts, in spirit, intellect, and deeds. And it goes on developing knowledge. Not only knowledge, but skills, values, and disposition. These two areas are very much important in the new education policy. The education system or education, aim of education is not to give knowledge or information. Swami Vivekananda once said that if knowledge, information accumulation is education, then the great libraries are the sources of knowledge. But from that knowledge, skills, values, and disposition has to be developed. And all these together, these four components will make a responsible, committed human being. And that human being in a limited sense at the plane of human being, human society, and the whole nature, the sustainable development of the global ecosystem, he has to work. And such a human being can be termed as global citizen with Bharatiya perspective. So our education system is now turning to this great change when the prevailing system is making a class who will work between the ruled and the rulers. Now we want to make such a generation which will work for the common well-being of the humankind and the whole universe as the sustainable development of the global well-being. All these words are now very familiar with our day-to-day discourses. All these lines is the modern interpretation of what is Bharat's life philosophy, Loga Samasta Sugino Bhavantu and Vasudhaiva Kudumbagam. If we take the age-old tradition or the concept of life towards personal life and for the well-being of the universe, such human beings we want to make. This is the basic concept of our NEP. Without understanding this concept of NEP, the vision of NEP, we cannot do much in any field of education reforms. That is why I took a little more time on this slide, this concept. And this if we go through the NEP document, it is not highlighted. It is not put in a bold manner or a box. But in the introduction itself, in the vision statement, it is put. But this is the core of this whole document and what is following now as the implementation of this NEP vision. What is the paradigm shift? I told that there is a shift from this very narrow concept of education, that is knowledge acquiring, to a holistic and multidisciplinary education. Some people say this holistic and multidisciplinary concept in education is a modern concept. It is something European and American. So many critics are telling the same time, some people are telling this document is Indo-centric, Bharatiya Kendrit, and साथ साथ इसके अंदर the concept of modern concept of America and Europe is there, which is holistic, especially on multidisciplinary. But if we go to our education tradition, our concept, I am very happy to take two examples which is already mentioned in our document. One is how it was multidisciplinary. Wherever you go, from a Gurukula to the great established university like Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramashila, Kashi or Kanchi, we can see the different topics, different departments, and different colors, especially 64 colors. When a person is mastering on the 64 colors, he is called a well-educated person. So in this type, holistic as well as multidisciplinary concept was the basic education concept of Bharatiya education system. What is the key principle of NEP? It is more focusing on flexibility, not hard separation. Now there is a exercise to change from this hard separation to a flexible system at school level, especially at the senior secondary level. Even it is trying to introduce something in the middle and secondary level also. And in university level, for a last few decades, this concept is discussing, but we are not getting into a real model. And again, NEP is more focusing on this flexibility in choice. Multidisciplinary holistic education and values and dispositions become a very major area of our education and aim of education. Promoting multilingualism and power of language. Last century, especially, languages were denied in a way, and we were focusing on mainly on core subject areas like science, mathematics, then turn to technology, all these things. But the importance of language and importance of multilingualism is one of the main area of this shift. And evaluation from formative to summative, we are going to introduce a 360-degree evaluation. Not only evaluating by some external agency or the teachers, but with expanding this evaluation where we have in PhD level somewhere, this type of peer assessment and external assessment. We are starting this assessment process from school education to all the levels. And this 360, if we take into 4 quarters of this 360, 90, 90, 90, and 90, in our Subhashidams, we have have a subhashinam like there is a usage. How a person get educated? It is padam acharya, through education, through teacher. 1/4 is acquired from the teacher, and 1/4 by the peer, and 1/4 by the society, and 1/4 by the time kalakramena cha. So this level, if education is acquired through all these things, it is not one by one, it is combination of all these things in all the stages. So the evaluation process should be through all these ways of evaluating. And traditional knowledge and modern technology should be synthesized in our education system. Integration of vocational education and skill, emphasis on conceptual understanding, critical thinking, and creativity. And the last point is very important when we think of a system of education, whether it is a college, school, or university institution, the regulatory framework should be very light but tight. And autonomy will be given to students, teachers, institution. In all level, the autonomy will be granted. And we have to define what is the autonomy. Now the concept of autonomy, especially at the higher education, is to frame the program is there, but more going to escaping from the regulatory mechanism and commercialization of education. But the autonomy, that point should be more discussed in our academic group, especially at the higher education level. Autonomy of student. What is autonomy of student? Then comes what is autonomy of teacher? Then only it comes autonomy of the institution. That institution may be of any kind, college, university, or something else. So autonomy of the institution or autonomy of the teacher should not curtail any barriers to the autonomy of the student. The center point, the first priority in autonomy should be for students. In this way, the whole system, academic as well as the regulatory mechanism, should be framed. And the second part is for this autonomy, all the system from student, teacher, the institution, the whole stakeholders should be empowered. And we want to define what is meant by this empowerment and how that can be achieved. In these two areas, we want to work more in the coming days. And our concept is holistic education. What is this holistic education? In modern terms, especially in the last quarters of 20th century, the concept of holistic education is developed in Europe, especially the cognitive, emotional, social, and physical well-being of the student. This concept is something very much very near to Bharatiya concept, which is very age-old concept. This very old Bharatiya concept is discussed in Upanishads, in Bhagavad Gita, in Yoga Shastra, and even our modern philosophers like Swami Vivekananda, Arabinda Ghosh, Gandhiji, Rabindranath Tagore, everybody. But the concept altogether, there may be small variations on their usage, their words. But the concept is called Panchakosha concept. Basically, this is discussed in Taittiriya Upanishad in the Shiksha Valli. Shiksha Valli itself is education. What is education? What is this Panchakosha concept? Panchakosha concept is a person is of 5 dimensions. It is called Annamaya Kosha. In modern terms, we can say the physical plane. Pranamaya Kosha, that is the vital, the jiva, how the man live inside the energy, vital energy. And Manomaya Kosha, it is mental and emotional plane. And Vijnanamaya, it is the intellectual or cognitive plane. And Anantamaya Kosha, it is spiritual plane. So, Panchakosha development of personality, holistic development means development of all these 5 dimensions: physical development, vital development, mental and emotional development, intellectual or cognitive development, and spiritual development. As we develop, in this slide, I made the color of kosha going to vanish from a thick red to a very light reddish. What is the thick red I mean is when we have the concept that I am the body, I have the ego, myself. So from there, as we develop our every dimension, the philosophy of Panchakosha says this man will dissolve his egos. That is sa vidya sa muktaye. In our Upanishad said, an educated person is a liberated man. When he get vidya, he will become mukta, jivan mukta, moksha. So, as we develop our all planes, developing the plane is in a way, it is we are getting the awareness that I am not this. I am not this Annamaya Kosha, the physical plane. No, I am not the prana. I am not the mental plane or manas. Or I am not the Vijnanmaya Buddhi. And I am Anandamayam. Only blissfulness. That is a spiritual plane of a person's development. So education is the process. Swamiji told, Swami Vivekananda told, education is the manifestation of perfection. What is the perfection already in man is its spiritual being, the divinity. Every individual is divine. So the divinity has to come up. When the divinity has to come up, the ego of myself, that is my intellectual capacity, my mental strength, all is my ego will vanish. This is the basic concept of Bharat's holistic development. So goal of this Panchakosha development, how we can correlate this with our curricular areas. Here is the basic change that we want to make. As one is holistic development, then it goes to multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary area. And first we will discuss about this multidisciplinary area. So a student, whether it is at the school level, college level, even at the postgraduate level, lifelong education system, we want to consider all these 5 planes: the physical fitness and well-being of the individual. Now we are not much bothered about these 2 areas. One is physical fitness. Physical education are there in schools and colleges, universities, and it is focusing 2 areas. One is conducting some from university or college level sports meet to national, international meets, and it is for a few students. But the physical fitness is the basic need of every individual. That is Fit India program as introduced by our Honorable Prime Minister. And well-being. This can be through sports, physical exercise, food habits, lifestyle. I'm taking only these two things where our 80-90% of our students are changing in our universities and colleges, even though they have a great influence of their home, their locality, even their school life on good exercise and well-being, all these things, all of a sudden, as they enter to higher education and university level, mainly in this food habit and lifestyle changes from there. Whether our university, colleges, or higher learning centers are focusing on what kind of ecosystem or the system should be made in the university campuses or colleges to make a good food habit and lifestyle and well-being of the students. So this is a very important area. It is not only in curricular area, but in the co-curricular, in the ecosystem we want to make. So if you want to make a change in the education system, it is not only at the curricular level, it should be in curricular level, it should be in pedagogy, it should be in the whole ecosystem, and it should be also depending on the teachers, the professors, how they live, how they behave in the campus. So in all these area, we want to think at horizontally and perpendicularly how this area we want to change our institutions. Then vital balance. The prana should be balanced and the energy should level. A student who is very pakka in getting up early in the morning up to 12th standard and taking his classes, maybe little exercise or supporting their family in their home, mother, father, in their traditional things. All of a sudden, when the boy or girl is admitted to a university and suppose he is a good in their academic, this thing, they may be getting hostel facility. If you go to a university college hostel, if you go in the morning itself, many of them may be sleeping. They are lazy. They are becoming more and more lazy. So, can we make some changes in the culture of the university college, right from hostel to classroom, where the energy level of the student can be increased, motivating mentally as well as physically through yoga, through good food habits. All this we want to think. And the mental level and emotional, how peace they are experiencing, whether they are all experiencing the peace of mind or happiness. The music, the arts, the literature, now in prevailing in the campuses in the negative sense. The music that gives more peace of mind, the hearts that generate compassion and positive values, they are coming down. I have experienced in Kerala that in many colleges, a group of students have made some posters, welcoming posters, which nobody can see at a glance in a single look. That type of welcoming heart that is creating. And what kind of literature is coming up, whether it is from our university, college magazines or from our students' social media. So in all these thing area, we want to make good effort. So music, arts, literature as part of our multidisciplinary courses, whether it is a course program, along with there should be an orientation of what kind of music will make the mental, give the student mental peace, the campus make a very peaceful campus, no violence, what kind of art will make the campus alive. So this we want to think. And intellectual honesty and urge for truth, different type of pedagogy. We want to give not only at the higher PhD level, this observation, experience, discovery, survey, all this type of discussion, debating. It is not for competition. From rote memory, we want to shift the pedagogy to critical thinking and reasoning, problem solving through experiential learning. So teachers has to make more attention on how to frame their day-to-day classes, how to take the subject matter in such a way, how much time that we can give to the students for their independent observation, analysis, experience, and whether time can be given for their own discoveries in different areas, whether it is science, commerce, humanities, any field. This should be given more important in our pedagogy. And students should be their energy, their positive attitude should be created through selfless service activities. From their personal life as a group of students, can be in many colleges, university, we have NSS, NCC, some other such clubs and unions. But other than these, even in the classes, so many groups we can make on different subjects. And every student should be part of our social transformation. They have to sensitize with the social conditions, society and environment, whether it is water pollution, whether it is this type of energy issues or some other types. And what are the solutions? They have to give chances to make initiative to solve the problems. In this way, not only at the research level, theoretical, from the day first of the college, university, we want to induct the student, not to subject, but to society. What is his responsibility as a citizen? Bharatiya citizen, then a global citizen. In this way, the teachers has to motivate, the college, the university has to motivate, not by some speeches, some motivator speakers, presentation, but the whole ecosystem, the atmosphere of the institution, the lifestyles of teachers and the seniors should motivate the younger generation for selfless service. We want to make so many small programs which any student can do in their daily life and motivate them and show the effect, their small effort, how the big changes are happening. For example, when the Swachhata Abhiyan was taken by our Honorable Prime Minister, what a change has happened in Bharat's general life, in common life, whether it is in the public places like bus stop, railway stations, and such cinema theaters, in roads, roadsides, all this has changed, are changing. But the effort was a small thing. When Moti ji in a program, when he was given a small toffee, the wrapper of the toffee he put into his pocket. Everybody noticed that. Now, as I travel through different modes, especially on train, earlier what we were seeing, we are taking tea or something cool drinks or something. After taking that, the glass or the plastic bottle or the food carrier, that packet, we are very carelessly throwing through the window. Now nobody is doing like this. A small system is there in the train. One bag will be there or some dustbin will be there. Dustbin will be full. And in some station, cleaning mechanism is there. But when the system, ecosystem has changed, not only by a regulation and order, somebody was following this, people are ready to follow this. In this way, the whole things we should plan accordingly in the institutions. And multidisciplinary education, you know better than me, it is integration of different disciplines to provide a more comprehensive learning experience. That we need not discuss the concept. And interdisciplinary also, there is a small difference, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary are we are taking different subject together and making a program. And interdisciplinary, as you know, it is in one subject we are dealing with the different. Micro biophysics is there. In the same thing we are, earlier we had, if we are taking BSc botany or zoology, we can take one paper physics also or chemistry also. It was some in colleges, it was rigid compulsory to take chemistry. But taking chemistry with zoology or botany and we taking biochemistry is different. In this way, different combination we want to plan. For example, if you want to go deep into the surface tension of a cell, plant cell, physics comes there, chemistry comes there. Basically, it is plant cell by botany. All these together, that we, you know, in our research level, all these things are there. Can we start this from the school level? School level, it is planning, and this should be implemented in a meaningful way at the entry of the university level, that is degree level. So this is very important, and NEP is focusing on this, especially on real world problem solving. What are the implementation strategies according to all these things? The different agencies, whether it is UGC, whether it is AICT, many our regulatory bodies are made something, and it is not the only things. We have to think, our autonomy is there. Highlight strategies to implement holistic and multidisciplinary education in schools. That is main thing. When we think of college, university education, we want to see how the students are entering to the higher education. So the NCRT and different SCRTs are already planned. They have changed the national curriculum framework for school education up to secondary, school, state level and center. They have made some changes, making holistic approach and multidisciplinary. If you go to the +2 level buckets, how marvelously it is designed. This year onward, it is going to implement slowly. We want to make the teachers at the school level also according to this concept. And multidisciplinary higher education institution and environment. These are the some other UGC has given guidelines on multiple entry and multiple exit. A student can take some courses from here and take some leave from here. make his credit in the academic bank, then again come back. So restructuring of higher education, we want to restructure. Even Kerala, the minister has declared that Kerala will shift from rigid degree level program to very choice-based credit, 4-year degree, 3-year degree, that is honors and degree level will be there. And dual degree is declared, how we can make dual degree programs, joint degree program, 2 or 3 institutions can come together to give some programs, tuning program can be there. All these different type of, in mass scale, it can be credit, how we can make different credits from different institutions, and one university can give the degree like that. And dual degree program, joint degree program can be thought of, and tuning with foreign as well as our national institute of national importance we can have at the university level, and an autonomous institution we can. For this, the teacher training program and curriculum designing and assessment reforms in this area, every university institution has to focus. If we want to achieve all these things, implement all these things, teachers should be empowered and curriculum should be restructured. And the assessment area, we want to make A to Z reforms. In this way, we want to think. And the students and teachers, both we want to make awareness. What is the benefit of this holistic? It is a little bit difficult for teachers, for the institutions to make it to multidisciplinary, allowing the students to take credit from different institutions or from different departments. So there are so many complexity there. And the student also, they may feel it is, why should we go for all these things? Anyhow, I want to get a degree. Then after degree, I will go for some PSC or some type of SSC employment competitive exam, or somebody may go to some their own private jobs. But what is the benefit? We know the student who is an educated student today is not satisfied with his living standard. He is not satisfied in their family, in the society, and in their health condition. In all this area, if we take a data and make it go through an analytical analyze it, we can see the educated society is showing all these negative things. Lifestyle diseases is more among the educated society. Mental issues are among the highly qualified and highly paid professional. Family dispute and family issues are there. And all type of modern negative impacts are in the education society. So the problem is with the system of education. So we want to make a reverse in this area. We want to go for this holistic and multidisciplinary approach in education. How it make the students better critical thinking skills, enhance creativity, problem solving and ability. All these things we want to educate the student as well as the teachers. I have seen now, as the +2 results are announced, in so many cities, huge conclaves are organized by some institution in collaboration with some media, that is visual media, paper, like type. What is the They are making a career-oriented courses and education in abroad, living, earning, and these things. All these advertisement, they are making. They are in a way taking away our student from our real situation, and in a way that may be a very big loss in the coming days. The whole planning, we are focusing on our young populations demographic dividend that we call, and if we lose all this young population, we cannot achieve our national targets. So we want to educate how the NEP is going to change the society, the future of the student, the young population, how we are planning at the college level, university level. All this we want to educate our students. So this is the first part of my presentation. To implement all these things, it is a big challenge before us. Before us means before the teachers, before the institutions, and nobody will come to save us. We have to make our own solution. There is no one solution. The solutions are multiple, challenges are also multiple, and as issue of your university may not be the issue of another university. There may be similarities in issues, but there may not be similarity in the solution. So at the solution level, the institution has to think and do different innovations. In that way, we can, you can discuss on these things, and we can discuss on the challenges, how to implement this holistic and multidisciplinary education, how to overcome all these things we can think of. Okay, namaste. You can put some questions, or you can put some your own suggestions. Rafi sir? Ashwini ji? Hello. Okay, two questions I have seen in the interactive box. What type of holistic activity can be conducted? So first at a department level, if it is university or big colleges, you have to think at a department levels, what kind of programs can be conducted on different taking into consideration of all these things. And we are thinking, for example, physical education or physical plane, we are thinking about only of sports meets. We want to encourage our students to do daily practice of yoga or exercise and ask them how they experienced it. And every day they have to do some yoga, some seva. In any way, and every day they should have a process of planning about their next day, how much time they will go give for their self studies, tutorials, extra reading, and sports exercise, meeting with some persons, maybe social workers, maybe their senior professors, maybe some visiting some places that can be a spiritual place, environmental, eco-friendly place, historical place, village, farming area. They have to go and see. And for all these things, they have to make daily planning, everyday planning, not 1 month ago. Tomorrow, these are my priority. I will give this. And weekend, everything, personal planning should be there. And to share all this experience, we teachers has to give some time, some platform should be there. And the colleges from during our college days, it was called lecture classes, and teachers were called lectures. So from this lecture type of classrooms, we want to shift. It is already moving in a good positive trend is there, but we want to make a more holistic planning of different activities. And the second one is how this extracurricular activity, exam. So exam also, this 3 hour exam and exam at the end of the semester or annual. We want to gradually change to evaluation, continuous evaluation process. And all these process should be a tool of evaluation. And if it is 360-degree evaluation, it should be evaluating the whole personality, not only the cognitive ability, but his mental ability, his spiritual quotient, physical fitness. Only through some interviews we are evaluating how much is IQ, EQ, SQ, all these things. In all our evaluation process, all these area we have to cover. That we want to plan. We cannot make this in a class. We want to make small groups, whether it is department or university or college. At college level, if you are ready, we can have it with our Shiksha Sanskriti Udanyas resource person to plan on different subjects, different areas. that we can do. In single course semester CBSE pattern, we cannot organize different programs. Change accordingly when, then what will be the status of two courses enrolled of student and colleges? How a teacher can inculcate problem solving skills in a student? Please share your thoughts, sir. Now, instead of sharing my thoughts, what is your experience? Whether you have given any problem, maybe a social real problem, but give that problem according to our subject. That can be a science, economics, sociology, commerce, related to any area, health, engineering, or engineering in science, technology. You correlate your subject area to real life problems and give the issue to our students. They may come with some solutions. Then debate on that. Then some suggestions may come and make a innovation on that area. In that way, we want to do. There is no one prescription for this type of problem solving skill development. No, the all our education, whether it is school level, university level, CBSE or state boards, all our education is now centered around the examination, board examination or university examination. And in my opinion, the examination should wither away, and evaluation should come to that place. Examination is one of the tools for evaluation. And now examination is education. Preparing for the examination is now education. Gradually, we want to change. It is not all of a sudden we cannot make. The day comes, not all of a sudden. The sun rises slowly, or the moon rotates in its own way. So we want be equipped with the changing scenario, the need of the society, and from examination to evaluation. On evaluation, we want to make it a 360-degree evaluation, not through by any government rules. We want to do some experiment in our class, in our subject area. That is autonomy of the teacher. When students have the autonomy to take the courses, teachers has the autonomy to teach and evaluate the students. We are from Hotel Management Institutes. We always discuss many problems related to the real situation happening in hotels and restaurant, and it helps us to develop the problem solving and situation handling skills of the student. This hotel management course is a directly job oriented course, and induction and training will be part of their colleges. In this way, every subject should have a direct link with the society, whether it is pure science or some job oriented courses. We should link our subject with social problems, real life situation, and make it. For example, science and this hotel management. We know the science of how the body works. We know the science of food. We know the science of climate change. We know the science of many natural phenomena. whether we are adopting that scientific understanding, scientific concept into our day-to-day life. This is called scientific timber. I have to approach food in a scientific manner. I have to approach my lifestyle in a scientific manner, which I have studied. So the basic science, basic, all these things are taught up to 10th standard. What the general, common scientific knowledge should be there in a student, in a citizen, that is up to 10th, it is covered. And then we are pursuing deeper into the subject in the higher education. When we go to the deeper, we want to make it popular also. Our professors, young researchers, where they are publishing our research papers, especially on these frontier areas of science and all the technology, especially science, in international journals, in English. Okay, for our career development, we want to make it published in international journals, in some international languages. Make it. Then take the same thing in common people language, not whether it is Marathi, Malayalam of Bengal, but their usage according to their understanding language, simple language. Publish that in the popular magazines, newspapers, magazines. Now in social media also, blog or Twitter. Twitter we can do very less. But in Facebook, we want to popularize the subject. And we want to ask our students, you have learned this, whether you have made any comment how this scientific knowledge, this concept is relevant in our day-to-day life. Earlier one question has come that there is a possibility of overlapping of programs, extracurricular activities. There is no demarcation of curricular activity and extracurricular activity according to this national education policy. Holistic, it is holistic. It is not extra, it is part of curricular activity. So we want to link our so-called curricular area with extracurricular, yesterday's extracurricular area as a pedagogy. How to deal with all these things. So Mela should be there, sportsmen should be there, college culture men should be there as our exams yearly we can have. But as the routine classrooms are there, there should be routine physical training, routine cultural activity, routine literary activity, routine in a way, this type of musical atmosphere. All this we can have. There is, you plan like this. It is all of a sudden we cannot make this as a exam calendar, year plan of this subject area. All we make according to our semester exams. A small group has to sit and do this. Can we give the same response to both exams? That is according to the student. If we want two mains, it is not compulsory. All are options. So if a student is capable of doing dual degree, okay, we ought to give chance for him. We should not curtail his ability. So this is for gifted people who can do all these things. And we should have the same one program also. Credit is for those who want, and dual degree is for those who want to do, who have this capacity, who think that after doing one degree, I am taking the other degree. It will take my time a lot. For them only these things. I can do only this. Okay, they can do this. The course coordinator has to give me some response on these my queries, because there is a limitation for this type of online programs, and this participant may be from different colleges or from different departments. So how many colleges are participating in this program? Hello. And I think some course content also should be changed accordingly. For example, history department of some university or college can develop a credit course on history and contribution of Bharat in mathematics. This paper can be a credit to a BSc mathematics student. Nowadays, a BSc mathematics student is only taking the content, mathematical content, no history, how this mathematics evolved, what is our contribution, where Bhaskaracharya lived. You know that Bhaskaracharya lived in your area, is from Aurangabad, and we have a satellite Bhaskara. And the archaeological department has to identify some places may be there where Bhaskaracharya lived or observed, and some university or college has to sponsor that area to make it a tourist place or a pilgrim place or a place of important archaeological area. Identify that. Use the talent of our students. Local knowledge may be there. And conduct yearly program. Then start slowly inviting students to that area and appoint a curator there for our own students. They will give some introductory programs on Bhaskaracharya, his contribution, his time. This is only mathematics and history. Everywhere we can do this. History is not the history of only the kings, battles. And UGC has given a golden chance for our teachers. They can write content in their own languages and they can publish, they can give to Swayam, they can give to many other platforms, digital platforms. They can start their own, no problem. And what is the existing course we cannot give? And music in some university, some colleges, music may be there. You take music and psychology. What is the, how they work together? What is the mathematics in music? What is the mathematics in our linguistic? So mathematics we can take to all subject, not all that sine, cosine and graph theory, topology, all this area. In every field we want to make some mathematics paper. Mathematics department teachers sit with different area people and make suitable papers, programs, credits. Then the students will take. Maharashtra is famous for fashion designing from earlier time itself. You see how they made that time, not with computer designing. They put a different piece of cloth for the wrapper of the pocket or change the color of collar of shirt. So that will catch. Now we have computer printing all these things. So after doing this, we want to popularize it. So there is a small usage in Hindi, the process. प्रेरणा लेकर प्रयोग करना, प्रयोग से परिणाम होना, इस परिणाम से एक प्रतिमान बनना, प्रतिमान का प्रचार करना, उसी प्रकार उसका प्रतिष्ठापन करना, एक्स्टैब्लिश करना. इसलिए प्रेरणा से प्रतिष्ठा तक एक लंबी यात्रा है. किससे प्रेरणा लेंगे इतना बड़ा विषय नहीं है. प्रयास कौन शुरू करेंगे? हु विल स्टार्ट? दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. हर व्यक्ति, हर टीचर, हर कॉलेज शुरू करना है. इसलिए अपने विषय पर, अपनी डिपार्टमेंट में, कॉलेज में, यूनिवर्सिटी में कुछ नया प्रयोग, इनोवेशन बोलता है, नवाचार बोलता है, शुरू करना है. रिजल्ट क्या है? अच्छे रिजल्ट के लिए काम करना पड़ेगा. कहां काम इनोवेशन किया है, एवरीवेयर द रिजल्ट इज पॉजिटिव. Okay? Can we wind up? So my conclusion is like this. NEP has come up, opening a great opportunity to the whole sector of the society and stakeholders of education. Some people feel this is a challenge. This is an opportunity. When challenges are changed to opportunities, success will be there. So we want to shift from rote memory, examination to critical thinking, problem solving, value assimilation, skill development, and the process should be shifted from examination to evaluation. Multiple programs, its duplication, its collision, all should be minimized through holistic planning or integral planning at the local level. For this, we want to empower our teachers. We want to, we should have trust on them, both schools, both students, teachers. And if it is a university, university has to trust the college also. So, the NEP says there will be a light but tight mechanism of regulations. So we want to take the spirit of this. Autonomy should be given to students. The first priority is to students. And multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary, we want to plan accordingly wherever possible. And the same course content should not be suitable for different students. So multiple graded, flavored, we can say flavored. If we go to a small tea shop, a roadside tea shop, everybody want tea. I ask for a light tea. Somebody less chini tea, less sugar tea, more sugar tea, black tea. Many tea are requested within a few time. The tea giving man, a countryman, uneducated, he gave different teas according to the demand without any hesitation. If a shopkeeper in a tea vendor shop, small tea vendor, it is not even a hotel. If he can do these things, why can't we teachers, professors can't do this? So not standardization. The last era was standardization. The future time is customization. Customize, differentiate according to the demand. So if we can make same content area in different forms with the different flavors, we will be success. There will be success. There will be demand. There will be students. Our college, our department will be discussed in many stages. Oh, that college, that department did this type. So the coming era, the change we want to see in the future, according to the society, the world order, we want to change our education. शिक्षा बदलना होगा, देश को, विश्व को, समाज को बदलना। तो सभी को एक बार प्रणाम। एक बार आपके यूनिवर्सिटी में प्रत्यक्ष रूप से आने का समय मिलेगा, मुझे ऐसा भगवान को प्रार्थना करता है। और आना चाहिए देखने के लिए क्या क्या चेंजेस आपने शुरू किया है अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट में, इसका कुछ प्रयोग को देखने के लिए, उसी से उसका नया प्रतिमान पूरे देश में दिखाने के लिए मैं लेकर जाऊंगा। दिखाएंगे वो औरंगाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी में, अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी में ऐसा बनाया है, एक प्रतिमान बनाया है, उसका प्रचार मैं भी करूंगा, उसी प्रकार उसका प्रतिष्ठा करेंगे। सभी को एक बार धन्यवाद, नमस्ते। Ashwani ji, can I leave?